Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirm, your daily affirmations for self-love and growth. Hi, Taurus. Welcome into the channel, you guys. This is your quick deep dive oracle message. I'm going to give you guys a quick deep dive oracle, just some advice, some things to think about, things maybe to focus on, kind of look at where your energy is. I'm going to give you guys some money advice as well. I'm going to give you guys messages from your higher self, give you guys a quick Zodiac 180 oracle message, and then also give you some love messages from the person on your mind. Taurus, how are you guys? Welcome back, all my current followers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. But let's see what's going on with Taurus. Okay, one more, please, for Taurus. Oh, wow. Okay. Taurus, what is your deep dive oracle message? All right, so Taurus, we first have Gleaming Edge. It says, taking a step back can be good after brilliant insights into your current situation. So gaining a new perspective. So some of you guys need to look at something from a different perspective. This could be a relationship that you're in. This could be about a job situation. But it's asking you to gain a new perspective, go into Hangman, really take a deep dive and think about your situation, but try to look at it from a new perspective. Dark Wisdom, find strength and clarity in solitude. Yeah, like I said, this is about you going into solitude, really getting away from the crowd, getting away from the chaos, and really going in and looking within. Find strength and clarity in solitude and trust the value of insights you gain. Silent watch. Yeah, some of you guys maybe have a lot of people external to you that have a lot of opinions, Taurus, and it's definitely hard to figure out what it is you want when you have a million other people with differing opinions. So your advice is to listen to yourself. And that means in order to gain that new perspective, you need to step away from the chaos, from the noise. Radiant burst, celebrate success and find beauty in both grand and subtle experiences of life. Moment of awe. Yeah, I feel like this could be pertaining to a job. Like I said, I feel like you have to not listen to the opinions of everyone else. I feel like you are on the verge of some type of success, but I feel like you have people questioning your direction. I feel like this is something that you've already thought about, but I feel like you're now in a state of confusion because you have too many people telling you what to do next, right? I feel like you have already achieved a lot with this, celebrate success and find beauty in both grand and subtle experiences of life. I feel like this is, making sure that you are celebrating all steps of your journey and also being grateful, right, for everything that you have and have had up until this point. But I feel like, yeah, like I said, there's something that is on your mind that you need to gain a new perspective about. And again, it could be whether or not you want to change your career. Maybe you don't feel like you've been as successful as you want to be within your current career. So maybe that's why you are questioning whether or not you've actually been successful. But this is telling me that there has been successes, but maybe not on that grandiose scale that you're looking for, Taurus, right? I know when you put your mind to something, you're going to go after it. And so I feel like this is the new perspective that you need to have, that even if you're making small steps, but you're still moving forward, it is still progress, it is still achievement, it is still success. So it's like, make sure you're seeing it from the right perspective so you don't walk away from something, that maybe is actually going in a good direction. Okay. All right. That was for you, Taurus. So let me get you 3 for your money advice. 3 for Taurus for money advice. 3 for Taurus for money advice. One more, please. Okay. All right, Taurus. Yeah, see, just confirming what I was just talking about. So I feel like, again, you are doing something and maybe you don't feel successful quite yet because maybe it's moving slow. Something that you want to last, Taurus, you don't need it to be done quickly, especially if you're trying to create something that is going to be a legacy, right? Something that you want to have long term. You want that slow burn. You want it to grow steadily over time. You're making slow progress, but you're going to get there, right? So remember, slow and steady work leads to sustainable success. You want to do something and create something that you can actually sustain, that you can actually allow to grow at a good pace, that is not overwhelming for you, right? So it doesn't have to be quick for it to be successful. And yeah, I feel like you are doing something that is making you the rebel. You are basically needing to make sure that you're not allowing limiting beliefs, right, to keep you stuck, because I feel like it could block your abundance. So maybe you need to step outside of the box with whatever it is you're trying to do. Maybe try to do it in a way that hasn't been done before, right? Become the rebel. I feel like that is going to help lead you to success. And I feel like you definitely have the universe's support. Trust that the universe has a bigger plan for you, bigger than you can imagine. So, again, even if it feels slow and steady, as long as there is forward movement, there are going to be challenges that you come across. That's normal, right? But it doesn't mean it's not going to be successful. I feel like you guys are very grounded, and maybe some of you guys need to get more grounded again in order to gain that perspective that you need about what you're doing. Okay. So spend some time in nature, Taurus. Go outside. All right. Maybe that'll give you a little bit more clarity. Okay. Messages for Taurus from their higher self. Two more, please. One more, please, for Taurus from their higher self. All right. Taurus, messages from your higher self. When you rise to the challenge, it rises to meet you. Exactly. What you find may not be what you expect, but what you truly need. Yeah, confirmation. And when you bond with someone in spirit, you both become a greater force for good. So I feel like, Taurus, this is just kind of confirming that you're going to have challenges again. So it may feel as if you are not successful in the way that you would like to be, but understand that you truly are on the right track. And again, that's why it's confirming what you find may not be what you expected. Maybe you expected things to move faster, and because it's not, you are doubting if you are doing the right thing. Again, gain that different perspective on it. Something that is long term, you want it to be sustainable. You don't want anything that's going to get you rich quickly but lose its gas, right? You want something that you can make last, that you can pass on, to your children, to your children's children, right? You want something that can really ground you. So it's okay if it's not moving quickly. And then it seems like you might have a spiritual connection with someone that you've been bonding with in the spirit. So maybe you guys have some love coming in very soon, and it seems to be a spiritual connection. Maybe you guys have had dreams about this person recently. Okay. All right. Let me get you a few messages from the Zodiac 180. Let's see if I can get 3 for you. See if I can pull any other signs that you might be connecting to, Taurus, and some other advice as well. Give me 3, please, for Taurus. 3, please, for Taurus. 2. Okay. 1 more, please, for Taurus. This could be your sign, their sign, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or north node. Or if the message doesn't resonate, check out your other placements. Okay. So the first one that came out was map. So number 3 Aries energy. So you might have Aries somewhere in your chart, Taurus. You may be in Aries Taurus cusp. The number 3 is significant as well. You have map, exploration, find your way. I feel like you are stepping into new territory, right? And again, so right now, I feel like you are creating a map to your next destination, like I said. So that may be why this is moving a little bit slower. If this is something new that's never been done, if this is a new endeavor, a new project, right? Starting a business, those things take time to truly develop. So again, you don't have to move quickly. You just have to make sure you're continuing to make progress, right? And this is your advice. Just make sure you plan it out every step. Make sure you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's, right? Again, this also says, wow, new perspective on here as well. So yeah, so some of you guys just need to have a new perspective about what it is you're working on and doing. And then we have number 3 again, Virgo energy. So 33 could be significant. The month of March, born on the 3rd, but also have Virgo energy. Then I have friends. I have friendship group, soul tribe, third person contact, relate, network. So I feel like maybe you need to connect and collaborate. Maybe this is what is needed for you in order to allow this new project or this business to grow in the way that you want. Maybe you need help. Maybe having those additional people to support you. Obviously, make sure it's the right people, right? You want to make sure it's your soul tribe. Maybe you guys, have maybe you're going to meet someone through social media and then eventually be able to meet them in person and create these, collaborations that will truly help give you that new perspective, right? Because when you have multiple people that can help you push something forward, they're going to have different opinions. That's going to basically come into a collaboration and help ideas and help things grow. So maybe that's, something that you need to look into, finding the right people to collaborate with, Taurus, okay? Then we have number 8, Cancer energy. Again, could be somewhere in your chart, someone you're connecting to. Then we have deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishing social resources, true feelings, support. Like I said, yeah, I feel like this is where you're going to find your support, your community, your soul tribe. I also feel like what I'm getting from this is you have somebody in your energy that has very deep emotions for you. I feel like this person is also possibly gaining a new perspective about your connection, about your friendship. Maybe this is somebody you are already friends with, and maybe they're seeing you in a different light, because it says true feelings on here, support, perception, right? Looking deeper. So I feel like you have someone who is truly, like I said, seeing you in a different way at this time. Again, it could be a Cancer. The number 8 could be significant, born on the 8th, the month of August, as well. But yes, Taurus, I really feel like whatever it is you're working on, working towards, I feel like your advice is to collaborate, find a different perspective of the way things are going. And I feel like you'll see the success that you want, but maybe not as quickly as you expect. Okay. All right. And let me get you your love messages. 3 messages from a person on Taurus's mind. 2 more, please. 1 more, please. 1 more, please. Give me 2, please. Oh, wow. Wow. That doesn't even belong in this deck, obviously, you guys. This is from, wow, my Divine Masculine deck. And I haven't used this deck in a minute. Reconciliation. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, this message is clear, Taurus. So whoever this is that's on your mind, that's in your energy, it's very obvious. You have a Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine. Flip it where it goes, you guys. But this is somebody who you were connected to in the past that put you in a third party. And a third party, obviously, you guys can be a person, it could be a situation, it could be friends, family, but there were other things that got in the way of bringing you guys together in the past. This person feels guilty about this. They feel pain from the damage that they caused you. They realize that they broke your heart, they hurt your feelings, and this person wants to mend. They want to fix the connection. Like I said, that's obvious because reconciliation being not even a card from this deck was in the middle of this deck. So this is definitely a message for somebody watching this, that you definitely have somebody in your energy that wants to reconcile with you. They want to come back together and repair and rebuild the connection. I could be talking to a divine feminine, like I said, because this is from my divine masculine deck, but energy is energy, you guys, right? So either way, Taurus, you have somebody that wants to come back and reconcile. And this one says, just take my hand and everything will be fine. This person misses holding your hand. They feel like, again, they want to reconnect with you and mend the connection. So, wow. That's very clear for whoever this message is for. So you might be expecting to get some communication from this person. But it's up to you whether you answer, right, Taurus? You'll know what to do. All right, you guys. That was our quick deep dive, Taurus. If it resonated, please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.